At the top of your screen, it says you are live. You should see this. Okay. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm starting the stream from StreamYard. Okay, there we are. It's Monday, 4 o'clock of Central European Time. And if you're watching this, it's Talks with Mirka, and we are streaming this from Montessori Institute Prague, an AMI teacher training center or organization. And I always invite a special guest every Monday at this time. And we talk about interesting things. And you can watch us live or you can watch us from the recording, which you often do. And we have a lot of fun sharing our speakers and wonderful Montessori leaders that we know with you so that you can also get to know them. So my wonderful guest today is Dr. Ella Eckert. And there's something really important about Ella that you should know, and that is that she published a book, which is called Maria Montessori's Erdkinder. And it's actually been published in German and now some time ago with translation into English. I sadly don't have it with me. I was going to show it to you on screen, but we are in process of moving at Montessori Institute Prague and our library is packed, but I do have the book. I got it as soon as I found out it was available in English. I have Ella's signature in the book, and I can wholeheartedly recommend this book to anyone who wants to start an adolescent program or who already is running an adolescent program. It's a one breath reader. You'll be able to read it in one breath. It's a beautiful book. It reads amazingly. And it's very, very practical. And everybody who's thinking about or building already an adolescent program needs to have this book. So, Dr. Ella Eckert, welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much, all of you listening and looking. And thank you for your invitation, Mirka.
Yes. No, I'm happy, Liz, to invite special people. And you are a very esteemed guest, I have to say. I will mention that you studied as a teacher and studied educational sciences at 2 universities, one in Germany and one in Sweden. I also want to say that you have a Montessori diploma for working with children 6 to 12. You've had many years of experience working with 6 to 12 children. And last but not at least, you also got a PhD at the university in Germany, if I'm correct, at the University of Oldenburg. We don't have that many Montessorians with a PhD, so I always say, hurrah! One day, Ella, when we establish our own Montessori university, we will need all the PhDs around the world on our staff. So I hope I can count on you. Okay, so whoever has joined us on Instagram and on Facebook and on LinkedIn, we will be very happy if you say hello in comments so that we can see that you wrote us. And let's see, I'm going to go to comments so I can see it. I know my colleague Plamena is going to join in a moment, which will be very nice. If you're with us, Plami, please say hello because we will need for you to share the link for the book that Ella wrote so that people can buy it in comments at some point when you can. So Ella, we have agreed on 3 questions, and I think we can now go ahead and start because I can see that Instagram is showing us to people, so people are joining and listening to us. We have an event coming up very soon, which is called How to Start and Extend an Adolescent Program. So this is what we want to talk about today. And of course, we are not going to give the content of the workshop to people in a short 10 to 15-minute conversation. But we do want to give some hints about what that workshop is going to be about. So I would like to ask you that my first question is, what is the very first concrete step that a Montessori school leader or a Montessori school has to do when they are starting to think about starting their own adolescent program? Would you please share with us? Thank you.
Yes, of course. I think there is not the one answer to these questions. And I chose two examples. One being that you have a Montessori program already for younger children, for 6 to 12, and now you want to continue. And you are very you know very well the program, the adolescent program, written by Maria Montessori. And now you have to find a suitable location where you have all the components which are needed, which is the community house and the farm, a place to sell products, a small guest house, and also, if possible, a small museum of machinery, which you will find the things for this museum everywhere now, a little earlier or later, depends on. So, but parallel to this establishing a program, you must find a team of persons who are really dedicated to work with these young people and who are capable of doing so. So this is not any longer the generalist, which is working with the younger children, but here you need a team where you have, well, if you really start with all the components, you will have boarding in your components. And that is a very, very special responsibility. You will need someone as house parent or house parents who are in charge of this, who take on this task and the responsibility for it. And also then, of course, you need someone who is working as a farm manager if you have something like a farm. It need not be a full-time person, but someone who knows what it is about. And then, of course, you need persons who have qualifications like for natural sciences or even for humanities. But they are supposed not to work like in ordinary schools in small facets, but they need to be broader educated. And these need to form, well, a team working together, cooperating, being enthusiastic for adolescents. So this is really not so easy. And establishing such a center may be rather expensive, of course. That also is the question. Maybe you find a small farm or part of a farm somewhere, but you need to find someone as a sponsor, as an investor. And that can be, of course, I think these two are very big, challenges in the beginning. So I would say that you need at least 2 years in advance before you start. Maybe even longer, it depends on. But then I want to give you another example, which we have a lot of in Germany right now. We have Montessori schools, which were founded maybe during the 1960s and 70s. They do have Montessori programs for the younger children as well, but they also have an environment for adolescents, but not in the way which we are talking about, because then in those years it was very usual that you took like facets of the whole concept and you try to implement them. But now many of these schools feel they want to change. They want to go more into the direction of a closer environment according to Montessori. And that really is a very different step, but a very big step also, because somehow this has worked and it may be really a challenge to change things and you have to do it step by step. Then you don't have the investment, of course, not in the beginning, maybe you have it later on, but you have an even bigger challenge to make it work in reality.
Thank you, Ella. I understand from what you're sharing and also from our own experience and also from what I know from our colleagues, that this to build or extend into an adolescent program is a big project, and that it takes careful planning and talking with parents, talking with students, talking with the team, and then, as you said, looking for the right facility and also looking for the right team. So for anybody who is thinking about starting or extending an adolescent program, it's really important that you are not in a rush, that you have, you've been thinking about this for some time, your school and your previous levels are ready for another addition to the
Mm.
program, and that you have support and also funding. So all of these are really, really important. Thank you. Thank you a lot. I think we need to talk about all of these aspects more often, because we have a tendency as Montessorians, we are very enthusiastic about building adolescent programs, which is great because, I this is where we see the fruit of our work when an adolescent child becomes a young adult. But it's a big responsibility. Yes, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, but you see, nowadays we do have a lot more of these implementations which are more authentic than we had for many, many years. So, what is easy nowadays in days of digitalization is to contact each other, to exchange experiences. One could establish meetings of, today we talk about this or that aspect, and then people could share how they have done, how far they have come, and I think this would be a very good approach to all these questions. And also for the students, it becomes so much easier when they go and share experiences with other implementations, and they see, oh yes, work and studies, that's what we do, and here it is also. So they feel like belonging in a sort of belonging directly. So
Yes.
maybe you have done a lot of this, but maybe
Yes.
it may also be a good idea to continue for all those who start and who have many, many questions, of course.
Yes, I agree. We just recently held a regional conference in Czechia, in Czech Republic, where I live, and there were adolescent students sharing about their experience from 3 different programs that are being implemented in Czechia, and it was the best part of the whole conference. And all of the adults, nobody wanted to attend any other session. Everybody gathered in that one room to listen to these amazing young people. And actually, one of the schools that presented at this conference about their adolescent program has received an award for being the best upper elementary program or adolescent program in the Czech Republic in the past year. Their students were very successful in getting into universities. So we were very proud of them, and it was amazing to listen to these young people. They had lots of clarity about their future, about what their school gives them, how the school is different from what their peers are experiencing, and it was really great. So I do agree with you that connecting the adolescent programs around the world, but also connecting the students is
Yeah.
very useful.
Yes, that's really amazing. I remember the conference in Czechia, in Prague, many years ago, six,
Yeah.
7 years, and all these people coming from different countries. It was so amazing what they had. They were so professional and so dedicated and so respectful. It was really a great,
Yes.
great
Yes.
experience, really.
Yeah.
See, I want to say something else. There is, in my book, there is teacher from Germany who has written a chapter, a report on community life. And he said, well, it can be difficult, even if you have only small, small steps to do. It really still is really rewarding, because for those students, it can mean a lot. For others maybe say, oh, this is only a small thing. But for those who are just used to traditional teaching, this can be really rewarding and large steps leading to more and more eventually. But you need patience, and you need, yes, you have to have this vision in mind all the time. I think that is also very important. See the vision all the time and go step by step closer and closer. That is.
Yes, absolutely. So, would you Ella please tell us, because often people ask me, where can we go and see a functioning adolescent program? And you mentioned the Congress in Prague in 2017, which culminated in an adolescent summit, and one of the schools that played a major role in the summit was Abbas Orchard from.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm sure you're going to mention them. Can you please, to people who are listening and who want to maybe go and see a good adolescent program. Would you please give a couple of examples that you know of?
Well, I can give some examples, of course, but I mean, there are many implementations which I don't know, which I haven't seen. So I don't want really to say so much about it, because there may be remarkable implementations which I simply don't know. But of course, the Abbess Orchard is really a great example. They do have a lot of experience already. They had their 25th anniversary these weeks. So this is remarkable. And they do have implementations on different islands. And they had, when I visited them a few years ago, they had 4 farm school environments, but I'm sure they have a few more right now already. And there will be Chris Baramida and Xavier Baramida coming to the event in April, and they will definitely be able to talk a lot more about it. And then, of course, I would like to mention Vienna, the Vienna campus with Roman Klune, and he is also coming. And they do also have, well, quite a long experience. And they do not only have the farm school environment, they continue until the IB, until the International Baccalaureate. And they are very successful in that. And I mean, everyone who knows about the International Baccalaureate knows that it is really not easy to reach it. So they do great work there. Then I have a wonderful experiment from Germany, which is in Berlin on the outskirts, Berlin-Strausberg, which started, or they do have a city school. And then for some of their youth, they moved to the country, to the outskirts of Berlin, and they have a farm school environment there. And it's so amazing to see in only a few years how much they have achieved. So I think wherever you come, or in many places, you will see remarkable results, and young people who are really prepared to, to change things out in the world. So this
Thank
is...
you. Thank you so much for sharing those. I've put them in chat in case people who are watching later want to look up their websites. I added Montessori Perlička in Brno in Czechia. And
Yes,
also the school that I spoke about, I said they won the award for being the best adolescent program, is Montessori Mozaika Czechia.
Yeah,
Mozaika
I have
Czechia.
heard about those, so I would like to see that. Maybe it's possible somehow.
Yes, when you come to Czech Republic, and yeah, I do have some idea in my mind. I just recently, and this is off the script, I just recently came across some funding available for connecting adolescent students from 15 and up around Europe, and
Yes.
for several countries of European Union. And I thought maybe we could think about something about resurrecting the adolescent summit of some, in a small way or something like this. The funding is available until end of September, I think. I'll send you the link for the grant so you can have a look at it yourself. I thought it might be cool. All right. Well, thank you, Ella. We have given people plenty of inspiration in terms of where to look if people want to visit adolescent programs. But I also, and you've shared some really inspiring things, and you are very enthusiastic about development of various adolescent programs around the world. But my last question then is, we know it's not all, as they say, rainbows and unicorns. There are also challenges. And my question to you is, what are the most frequent challenges that people who are building adolescent programs are facing? Can you share about that, please?
Yes, there are really challenges which you have to deal with in patience and very careful. Like when I come to Montessori schools in Germany, and those are mainly the ones I talked about who want to change and want to go closer to Montessori, you sometimes meet the impression of parents, they don't want to have their children in any boarding, of course. And boarding is a big question. If you have it or not, you will have arguments for it. It is a big question. Many people say, well, my child is 12 years. I don't want that. Also, there is sometimes an understanding that Montessori is very old-fashioned. And especially the word Erdkinder leads people to thinking, oh, are they going to train farmers? That is not what I want for my child. So it's really, you have to be very, very careful and very open when you explain to your parents what is meant. And I mean, Montessori is very up to date if you take it seriously. But you have to explain it because there still are quite a lot of misunderstandings. And I think that is a big question. And I always tell people, if they have those parent discussions, well, try to invite some of the students who have been in such a program. Let them speak. Or parents speak. Invite their parents also. And mostly these young people, they are very, very positive, and even their parents are very positive. So if we have time, I would like to read a few examples of what people say about it. So I think that
you have it handy.
I have it here, yes. Shall I read it?
Okay.
I chose 3
Yes.
different statements. There is a former student from Göttingen who said, whenever I enter my school, my old school, I feel very happy. And then there is a father in this school, Berlin-Strausberg, and his daughter had accomplished the school, and now she is ready, and she started her studies or at university. And her father says, since switching to your school, this one in Strausberg, we have a daughter who is self-confident and loves going to school. She speaks up and bravely goes her own way. I think this is really... And then I do have another statement from the Abbas Orchard students. And there's one student, or one former student, who said, the biggest lesson I've learned at the Abbas Orchard School is to value and appreciate hard work, especially in farming. Because of the lessons they have taught me, I never leave a single grain of rice on my plate to respect people who have worked hard for it. I have also developed a good sense of responsibility, which rewarded me at home and during my studies in college.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It touches your heart.
Yes. I never leave a single grain of rice on my plate. I like that a lot.
Yes, really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could talk for ages, and of course we will at the workshop. So I'm going to share my screen and show people what is coming up, and because we have an amazing event coming up, and I want to say that we already did one workshop with Ella, and we had lots of people attend. So if you're thinking about signing up for this, please go ahead and do it quickly because seats are going to fill up. It's a very doable format. It's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central European Time. It's online. You can join from anywhere. And what we do is something quite remarkable. We always have a lecture by Ella, and then we have a panel. So I'll show you, our panelists are here, and they are people who are leading adolescent programs in the Philippines, in Austria, and in Czechia. As you can see, they are from some of these schools that we mentioned, and Ella leads the panel, and they're sharing about their experience. So the topic of this upcoming workshop, which is taking place on April 8th, is how to start and extend into an adolescent program if you already have a school. So April 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. It's fully online, and you can join us. There's going to be a lecture, there's going to be a panel, and then at the end, if we have time, we also have a short questions and answers session. I also want, let's see if we have the book here. I think we should have the book on the website. Oh, here. I want wanted you to see the cover of the book. So I'm sharing the cover of the book by Ella Maria Montessori's Erdkinder, A Revolutionary Concept for Educating Adolescents. And again, as everything with that Dr. Ella Eckert does, it's full of wisdom and academic precision and clarity and research of lots of resources, but also very practical. The book as well as the workshop. And that's why we like working with Ella so much. And I think I can stop sharing because she builds the practice. She helps us to build our adolescent practice and our adolescent programs deeply rooted theory and philosophy of Maria Montessori, but at the same time with an open mind and through connecting with people who already are doing this work. So this is our invitation to the online event. I don't know, Ella, if you want to say something as well about that.
I think you said so much, and it is really nice. So much.
Yes, thank you. Well, I really hope that many people attend. We had dozens of people go through this go through the stream with us on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and also here, also on Facebook. We are going to leave this recording available on our social media so people can watch it later. And may this be an invitation to the event with Ella. We can't wait to see how many people are thinking about starting adolescent programs. Imagine how awesome it's going to be for us, Ella, to be together in one Zoom room with people who are thinking about this. And hopefully that workshop is going to be an encouragement for them.
I will try to do my best, Mirka. Thank.
Yes, and you are amazing. Your work is amazing, and we need more people like you to support adolescent practitioners and people who want to do this because it's very important work, especially nowadays. So,
especially nowadays, you are right. Yes, it's a time where we really need what Montessori told us to think about. Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
thank you very much, Mirka.
Thank you. I think we can end this here. I'm going to end the streams. So
Yeah.
bye, everybody. I'll see you again next week on Monday with another special guest. And do not forget to sign up for the workshop with Ella. It's special. It's once in a time, and there's going to be a lot of people who are thinking about doing the same thing that you're thinking about. So just come and join us and be with us. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All the best to everyone.
Thank you, Ella. I'm going to end the stream.
Thank you, and all the best to you, and